that is complete. He has served, hold on, he has served his full term for this offense that I reported. He has served his full term. 5 years concurrent, 5 times 8 months, which is the prison calendar, that's 40 months. From July 2022 to July 2025, that's 36 months. The remaining 4 months, August, September, October, November. So those of you remember he was sentenced on the 14th of July. So he has served his full term. Why am I saying this? It's no secret.
Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, arábìnrin tí a mọ̀ sí princess tí òun rán bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà lọ sí ẹ̀wọ̀n, ó tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà padà dé láti ẹ̀wọ̀n. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tí arábìnrin princess yìí tí ó ní láti sọ.
That Yomi Fabiyi tried his best to turn this case on his head, to do sort. We know he's a serial, rape sympathizer, and he's also been accused severally of some of his colleagues of sexual assault. So Yomi Fabiyi, we know, will try to, I don't know, maybe weave around or make stories. There is no story. There is no need to make any story. Besides, I still don't understand why anyone wants to make story for a rapist or a self-confessed rapist, because I believe the videos are. So if you've not seen the video, you can still go. It's there on my page, Princess Damilola Foundation. You can still watch the video, but at least one of the videos is pinned, so you won't need to scroll too much. That's another thing I want to point out. So for those of you who are saying, he's out, God will punish her, he's finally out, deeply, I don't really understand the depth of your understanding. But I want to ask you, how will God punish me for somebody serving a sentence? Do you think God supports child defilement or rape? Do you think there are some countries that if this happens, we all know that is the ultimate penalty? So, there's no need for us to fool ourselves. We know that Olariwaju James Omiyinka, the serial pedophile and serial rapist, has served his full term. We have publications, of course, we are already posted on my page a while ago. He appealed several times. So I have the dates, I have the documentation, but I really don't need to. But he appealed, and every time his appeal was flung out. And the last one, the appeal court still upheld their judgment that no, go back, serve your term. So there's nothing like, nothing like they granted him, or he wasn't acquitted of anything. And for you simple-minded people that will even think, Shebi was acquitted, I ask you, if you feel in your head that he was acquitted, even though you have the evidence, the court has shown you that he has served his term, why don't you just send your kids to him for the holiday, for Christmas? Just do that. You don't have to take my word for it. Now, there are some, that is cleared, so we don't need to overflog that. Intelligent people don't need to hear things repeatedly. They know it once. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know during some of my videos, I talked about areas where Baba IJESHA lives, because we couldn't put the addresses out there, obviously for security reasons. But I'm going to say some places in Ikorodu, some addresses in Ikorodu: Mafoluku, Sabo, Lagos Island, Oworo. Places everywhere Baba IJESHA has lived, because maximum he stays anywhere, even his own house that he built. When he commits a crime, when he assaults a child, he moves his stuff, he moves out of the house either in the middle of the night or very early in the morning without informing the landlord or tenant or agent. That's what he does. And I've spoken to his past victims where he has lived in those areas, but I feel it's not in my position to disclose those addresses, because some of you who have encountered him or who your family members have encountered him know those addresses. But if you still feel like if you know those addresses and you want to put them under this comment, please feel free to do that. But Mafoluku, Ikorodu, a lot of places in Ikorodu, Lagos Island, Sabo, Oworu. So you have been warned. Emi temi, I have done my best. I have not kept anything, no matter how much it hurts me or hurt my family. I have not hoarded any information. Baba Ijesha, Olariwaju James Omiyinka, is now a convicted. He's not, nobody freed him. No, he served his term for this crime. I keep saying this crime because during the trial, I remember one of the victims who wanted to give testimony, she was threatened. So last minute, even though she came, she couldn't testify in open court. It's not all of us that are strong. And for those who have had family members that have experienced any form of abuse, especially when it's sexual abuse of a minor, you would agree with me that survivors find it tough, especially being dragged through the media and all that. So you can't blame them. So whenever they decide on their own that they've had enough, well, the ball is in their court. I've done my best. I've done what I can do as a Nigerian, as a concerned mother, as a person, to make sure that we rid our community, our society of this evil, because it is evil. I repeat, it is evil for anyone. I don't care who you are, what position you hold, for you to sexually assault, to sexually abuse anyone, most importantly a minor. So on this note, I also want to urge the Lagos State government, the Department of Justice, to please publish his name, because what happens is when people have been convicted, most offenders, their names are published in the sex offenders register. But because he was appealing at that time and we didn't know where the case would go, in fact, it was finally pushed to Supreme Court where a date was given, but he's already served his term and his appeal was thrown out. So I would appeal to the Department of Justice, just as you swiftly post other people who have been convicted of crimes like this, to kindly post his name in the sex offenders register so that people will be aware. So for those of you who are stubborn, who believe you can give him your home, you can rent out your house to him, you can allow him around your kids, good luck to you. Toba Binda, let me see your DM. Pay justice for Lagbaja. I'm doing this video because from the testimonies of his past victims, Olariwaju James Omiyinka doesn't wait. He doesn't slow down. His attack is swift. And I know in the next 1 month, he will do it to someone else. Now, he has done it to adults. He has done it to children. He has done it to tender age children. He has done it to somebody who suffers dwarfism. He has done it to a mentally challenged person, a physically challenged person. And like I said, he has also done it to some of the people registered to act with him. So you have the information. I don't want to hear, oh, I thought, I assumed. You are assuming for you at your own detriment. And note, some of the people who are saying, oh, he has been vindicated. Note, some of them don't live in Nigeria. Don't let them push you to your death. Some of those saying, lie, he couldn't have done it. They will never allow their own children near him. It's better. You have the information now. Do with it what you wish. I and my family will continue to try and heal. And I want to say this to all his other victims. To T, to A, I've said I won't mention your names and I won't mention your names, but let me just mention the first letter of your names to P. To the others, I want you to see this as let me say it's not going to remove the pain that he caused you.